Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of John's on the Rock. As you can see, it's a windy day. It's a beautiful day. It's the May 24th weekend, and I brought in my canoe to this pond, and the plan is to paddle up, hop into the next little pond, and try for some trout. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's a nice day, but it's extremely windy. Normally I would put in at the end of this pond and paddle up the pond for a nice little paddle, but it's blowing so hard I had to try to find my way up closer to the end. So we'll see how that works out, and we'll see how the day goes. But it's my first trouting trip of the season, and really looking forward to it. So come along, and I hope you enjoy it. Whoa, it's really windy. I'm doing more pulling than I am rowing to get up here. Okay, woo. Made it. I don't think I've worked so hard to get anywhere in my life. Anyway, I had to drag the canoe most of the way and then make a quick run across to this island here. And I'm now in the shelter of this little island. So I'm basically where I would need to be now. I'm just going to beach the canoe just off the shore there. And then there's a big rock out there I'm going to try fishing off of. Oh, I'm all in. And my feet are soaking. And luckily it's not that cold. So, anyway. Let's get the canoe beached here. And we'll see about getting some fishing done. Well, I've found a little clearing in the middle of this island, and I'm cold and I'm wet. I did get 3 trout, but I couldn't get anything on camera. Just whipping a gale out there. You can probably hear it. So I can't film out there. Sorry about that. But I'll show you the trout after, and if the wind dies down, maybe do a bit of fishing on camera. But so I've found this little clearing. I'm going to boil the kettle and have a hot cup of coffee because I need it to warm up. And I'll probably light a fire here too and warm myself up a little bit, dry my feet a little bit, because like I said, it's a little cold. It's not, the temperature wise is not so cold, but with the wind chill factor, it's and if you're damp, it's kind of uncomfortable. So let's get something to eat and something to drink. Small fire going here. My socks taken off. Warming my feet and drying my socks a bit. And that's an important thing to be able to build a fire on a day like today where you may be cold and wet, and so you come prepared to be able to and have the skills to light a fire. Seems like a very simple and it is, I guess, a very simple skill, but it's one that can save your life. Now I'm nowhere near hypothermic or anything, but I am chilled, and if I were stuck here, then it would get interesting really fast if you couldn't light a fire. So I like to have multiple ways of lighting a fire, and where it be just a lighter or matches, a ferro rod, So I like to have various means of lighting a fire, and if nothing else, it's certainly nice and comfortable. Oh, kettle's boiled. I hope I brought my coffee maker, which I did. I have to be careful with this one because I always screw it up. I always do it wrong. I always end up picking it up by this part rather than by the base, and it invariably comes apart and coffee grounds get down in my cup, which you don't want. Coffee. Too much, don't overfill it. I'll let that run through. Yeah, it's normally this place where I come to fish every spring. I usually get some nice trout. Now I've got one there out of 3 that's not bad, but they're not really biting like they normally do, and I don't know if it's because of all the wind or what, or the water's super high. I could have, normally I would have to hop from one pond into the other, but the water's so high I could have, if the wind hadn't been so strong, I could have paddled directly to this island. So everything's still kind of in flood stage a little bit here, and so that may have something to do with it. But anyway, I have 3 decent sized trout, and I'm going to grab a bite to eat, drink my coffee, and have another go at it. I didn't have any breakfast this morning. I find when I get up early-ish for hunting and fishing and that sort of thing, I don't have much of an appetite really. So it's now almost 11 o'clock, so I guess this is brunch. Funny story. I sit in here just enjoying the fire, and I heard a gull cry, and I thought, okay, I had placed the 3 trout that I had in a little crevice on top of the rock where there's a little bit of water, and I knew better when I did it. So I said, I don't suppose. Sure enough, anyway, I fed the gulls, so I won't show you the trout I had. Although I can say the one that the 3 that got away, I make them any size I want now. So anyway, the gulls are well fed, and so I've done my bit for the environment and fed the gulls. So anyway, that's it. It's not like I'm going to starve, but Heather did say if you manage to get a meal trout, bring them home. I'm not particularly fond of trout myself. I'll have a meal, but I certainly enjoy catching them. But anyway, so we'll see. So rather than be 3 in the bag, I have none. So I'm starting from scratch again. Oh my. Anyway, so it goes. No big deal. It's been a nice morning, and maybe I'll get some more later. The wind seems to be calming down a little bit. It doesn't seem to be quite so blustery. It's still blowing, but not as bad as it was. So maybe that'll encourage the trout to bite. Anyway, we'll see. So I'm out again fishing. Actually, I was mistaken. The gulls only got 2 of my trout, so I have 1 left. They left the smallest one, of course. Of course they would. So anyway, I just managed to get a couple more. Not real. This is the one I just caught. Decent sized little trout. And the wind dropped a bit, and now it's back up again. So I don't know. We'll give it another little while. Thankfully, it's not too cold. It'd be better if the sun came out and shone and warmed me up a bit. I hope you can hear any of what I'm saying, because it's super windy out here. It's crazy windy. So anyway, back to fishing. So I'm back here again, where I'm having a little campfire, and I got 8 trout and all, which wasn't too bad. Some smaller, some bigger, but I ran out of bait. I had one tub of worms, and I used them all up, so I ran out of bait. So I didn't think that was too bad, considering I lost 2 nice fish to the gulls. So yeah, I'm just gonna boil the kettle one more time, have a cup of hot chocolate to warm me up, and then I guess it'll be time to head back out. So I came in on the bike, on the quad, and I had the canoe on the rack, and came in. So I just have a short ways to go to load the canoe. It's still windy. The wind died down for just a little bit, maybe for 15 minutes or so, and then it freshened again. But it is supposed to die out later on this evening, but I'm done for the day. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's been a short one. Aaron couldn't make it, unfortunately. Again, school is he's finishing off his program in the next week or so, and so he's busy with this and that and something else. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the short outing, and if you did, please like and subscribe and share, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.